Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome back. I am excited to be back this week. I'm going to push mystery stamping to next week because I've really been wanting to do a class or a video on how to do simple stamping. So we're going to do that. I'm going to show you guys, let me rotate my mount. I'm going to show you some simple stamping, kind of card making 101 tips and tricks, and hopefully that'll help you guys to make some beautiful cards. So here we go. Let me go ahead and flip this down. If you're here, say hello. Let me move my mount. Sorry, give me a sec. Hopefully that transition's a little smoother, but okay, we're in. Hello. All right, let's do that. Kind of over on the left. Okay, so let me pull this up over here so I can see all your lovely comments. And I'm excited to tackle, hello, a fun stamp set that is retiring. This is the time of year when I've got some stamp sets that I am sad to see go away, and this is one of them. So Posted for You is a really lovely set. And the reason I like it is that it has a lot of basic sentiments. So if you're just getting started with card making, it's a great set to have. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna mute it on here. Hey Lynn, hey Jill, welcome. So this set is one that has a coordinating punch with it. What's wacky is I can't find the coordinating punch, but I'm going to show you a couple samples, and then I'm going to talk about kind of the easiest way to make some fast cards with this set. It has some really easy line art images, and you know, if we're just going to do stamps, ink, and paper, right, we're going to keep it simple. I've got some cute stuff to show you. So let me show you a couple of samples first. This is one of the samples, and this one definitely is not simple stamping because it's got, you know, this embossed piece on the side. This is the 10 tile embossing folder. That's retiring. Sad. These are the Artisan Blooms, Jewels, adhesive sequence, whatever. These are not retiring, which is exciting, so I'm glad those are sticking around. And then this is that postage shaped punch that I really like that coordinates with this set. But then this is the circle punch, and circle punches, they're all retiring, so that's crazy. But we're going to do something with this set and with this paper because this is the Artisan Blooms. I think that's what it's called. Let's see. Artistry Blooms. That sounds more official. Artistry Blooms. So this is the really pretty designer series paper that had all of that magnificent color. And I will pull out these sheets because it's really gorgeous. So we have sort of like a sunset, you know, ombre look on here. And then the flip side, wild. I know the flip sides are kind of wild on these. We've got this like green, but then on the back, we've got these beautiful, you know, mixed tones, you know, that are going to make us look like we're, you know, professionals. We've got some really wild paint texture here, but then the back has, again, that really subtle variation. This piece as well, and then you flip it over and we've got a party. So it's definitely, you know, business on the front, party in the back. This is that other piece. This piece is really beautiful from the light, 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 all the way to the dark, dark, dark. And then the back of that one. And then this one and the back of that. So you can see there's quite a few color patterns in here and quite a few, you know, opportunities to play with some bright, bold colors. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a couple of card ideas, and then we're going to play. And what I would like to play with is not those. Let's see if I can find those. Well, that's interesting. so I was going to recommend that we use note cards and envelopes, but I don't have the Whisper White note cards and envelopes. I do have some very vanilla, which I don't think will look very good with this set. But I do like for beginning stampers to use our note cards and envelopes. I think this is a really efficient way. You get 20 note cards and 20 envelopes. They're pre-cut, they're pre-scored. So for those of you who are just getting started, you know. Yeah, that postage punch is really great. I really liked it. I really don't know where it is. I'm happy you're on here, Patsy Palmer, because I literally don't know where it is. I'm sure I lent it to somebody, and maybe somebody will, you know, say that they have it. I don't know. So a few other samples to show you. So in this one, this is just where they stamped the image and then colored it in. And so I'd like to do something like that. And I'll show you how to do that. And that's really easy to do. And then this one also, right, this is just layers with the pieces, you know, this is just layer. I mean, these are all very simple cuts, but again, pulling that in. And then this one as well, right, where we have a punch and then we've just pulled the color in with a blender pen, right? So it's sort of like, you know, faux coloring. But I really love the font on this, the Sending Love Your Way. The love has kind of a double line to it. And it's got a really nice, I don't know, I really like the combo. So that is what I want to make. So we're going to do that, maybe, hopefully. Let's see. All right. So if we, so let's say you don't have note cards and envelopes, and instead, I would recommend that you get some thick white designer series paper or thick white cardstock. The thick white cardstock is helpful because you can make a nice, you know, card base. Font fetish. Yes, that's totally it. I'm a font snob, Lynn. You pegged me. You got me. So then you'll want to get a trimmer and cutter. This scoring, our trimmer, also scores, which is really nice. So you have the ability to cut at 5.5, and then you can score at 4.25. And remember, deep dark cuts, light embosses, right? Does the scoring, right? So we're gonna have that. And then what I like to do, since I don't have that punch, hoping that this punch will substitute, since I'm very sadly missing that punch. And then what I would recommend when you're cutting designer series paper, if you've got a 12 by 12 piece, the easiest thing to do is just to cut it at 4 going, you know, lengthways. So cut it at 4 and 4 and 4. And then if you cut it at 5.5, you can kind of decide, you know, so in this case, I want to decide like how much light do I want versus dark. Now, if I cut it at 5, then that's going to give me like a full, you know, page front, right? I could also cut it at something like 4. And then I can kind of cut it on the bias. I didn't measure that. I know, crazy times. But now I can put that on my card, right? And now I've got a nice area that I can stamp a sentiment on. So now I've got this piece here, right? And I've got this opportunity to stamp a sentiment here, right? Maybe do something else as well. So, and I could also, you know, bring this in a little bit if I wanted. I could have made a larger piece, you know, so now that I've measured it, you know, maybe I'm like, okay, my goal was to get the Sending sending love your way, right? So what I'd like to do is do something like this, where I've got the sentiment, you know, here in the path, and then I'm hoping I can put the circular piece here, because I think that would look really nice. Since I made this one too big, I'm going to experiment with the other piece as well. I want to try to stamp this on designer series paper with some rich raspberry. And I want to see if the color will pull out like it did on the other one. So if I stamp this down here in this corner, it's very pretty. But I'm just going to clean my blender pen, right? This just has a little bit of sucralose in it, and I'm going to see if I can pull the color out. It's not as pronounced as it is on some of the other things. It's okay, right? So let's say I wanted to add even more color. I could take my ink pad and I could pick up some of the color and I could place it in. So I'm just picking up some of the color here and depositing it. So it kind of depends on how dark you want this as to how much you put in there. And then I'll just kind of, you know, clean off my pen. So I think that looks okay. The other option I have is to take some of the flowers and I could, you know, put a flower here in the corner, which I think might look a little better. So we're gonna get our trimmer again. We're gonna do a better job estimating. So we're gonna do 4. This will be on YouTube, yes. How big is the circular punch? I am 90% sure that it's the 1.5 inch circular punch. I was holding it up earlier to make sure. Yes, it's the 1.5 inch circular punch, which is also going away. So sad. All right, so normally I would do 5 1/4, but what I want to cut away is probably about 1/4. No, 1/2. So we'll do 4 3/4 will be my length. And then we'll go ahead and, you know, cut it on some sort of a line that makes sense. So basically you take away from the length the width that you need your gap to be. So that's how big I want my gap to be. So now that's how big I put my piece in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this guy here. Don't fall, blocks. That's a precarious little patch of them right there. But I do like it in this color on here. So again, the goal with the simple stamping, right, is just stamps, ink, and paper, right? We're not trying to do anything crazy or beyond that. We're just trying to make cards simple and make this not be stressful. Technically, because I'm going to use a punch, I'm breaking the rules, but no one will, you guys won't report me, right? Okay, so I can't put this down if I don't glue these guys down first, because I don't know my path yet if I don't do that. So let's glue this down. And for those of us who've been making cards for a long, long time, simple stamping might be really difficult. But one of the things I know, let me line this up. Nice. One of the things I know, and hopefully I left enough of a gap, ooh, thank goodness, is that we want card making, like I want anybody to be able to grab some paper, cut it up, glue it down, stamp a sentiment, and be able to send something pretty to someone that they love. And so I think this is, you know, this is the way to do this. So one of the things that Stampin' Up! Makes easy, right, is that they tell us all the colors that they use, and everything coordinates, right? So in this case, we've got our designer series paper, and it tells us all the different colors that are in here. So Calypso Coral, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo. So I'm gonna try both Calypso Coral and Mango Melody. I have a feeling Calypso Coral is gonna be our winner though. Just, you know, based on everything I know. Yeah, that'll look really pretty. So we're gonna get our circle out, our sending special delivery, and get our punch. So technically this is breaking the rules, but you know, that actually looks too big. You know, I think that this is actually 1 inch. No, it's too big. Hold on, I'm gonna stamp it over here. It's like 1 1/4. So that looks a little large. I don't like the way that that looks, but I think that's the same size. No, that's definitely bigger. That's 1 1/4. But it's not 1 inch because that's too tiny. Wait, let's see. The 1 inch is also going away. Yeah, see how the 1 inch is too tiny? But that one looks too big. Well, I don't like that. It's okay. I'm gonna be okay with it. You're gonna be okay with it. We're all gonna be okay. All right. So for those of us who like stamping and like creating and like making, right? Like this is, you know, I think simple stamping is hard because, you know, we want to add more, right? We want to add more and more flair. But hopefully what this shows you is that I'm completely not flexible and we'll need to stamp that and punch it out with a 1 1/4 inch punch. Hey, Sharon, thanks for coming. Hey, Laura. I've been showing off the, what's this set called? Posted for You, which is a fun set. And I am being an inflexible thinker at the moment, so I'm gonna find a way to punch this out. Hold, please. All right. I punched it out with the stitched dies. I cheated technically, but that's okay. Alrighty. But I think size-wise it'll fit better on here because I didn't leave a ton of room over here. So nice. So, special delivery. Sending love your way, right? Super easy. If we really wanted to, you know, we could add some color here with the blender pen. I don't think we have to. You know, you can literally take it from the side. You can, you know, you can just pull it in from the edges. The other thing that you can use to add a little bit of color and a little bit of fun is the Wink Stella, and that's a fun tool. And so that adds a little bit of shimmer. And it's my kind of glitter, guys. It doesn't go everywhere. So you can just bring your Wink Stella in. And then you've got a little bit of shimmer. And you've got a cute card that's super simple, right? So all we did was we cut our designer series paper to 4 by 4 3/4 so that we could then just cut it on the bias. We didn't measure, right? Just get an angle you like. And then we stamped our sentiment in the middle and stamped some flowers down there, stamped our little special delivery, and we're done. Easy peasy. Could use circular die cut. I totally did. I'm glad you appreciate stamps, ink, and paper cards. So yeah, and these other samples are definitely not stamp, ink, and paper cards for sure, but they're gorgeous. And they do feature quite a few retiring pieces and punches. For instance, the scallop tag topper die is also retiring, and it's been a workhorse in my craft room because I have made so many bookmarks with it. It's unbelievable. So if you think about, you know, some of these pieces, the ribbon from this set is the Playful Patterns ribbon, and then these are the Artistry Blooms sequins. These are not retiring, yay! But the tin tile embossing folder is. And this is actually a pretty simple card to put together. It looks really fancy, but all we did was just punch some of these shapes, and then we cut one in half, and that just made that like piece that fit there. This is actually a really simple card. And so, you know, these are definitely stepped up versions, right? We've got our simple version, and we've got this one. Yeah, the bookmark's really nice. I love a nice bookmark. The punch, so you know what? That was something I was going to check, Lynn, that it's retiring. The postage punch is what I'm calling it. Let me check and make sure while we're here, because I know everybody's on, and I want to make sure, because I got all anxious about the retiring list. And last week I said Campology was retiring, and it's not, which is really exciting to me. And so let me go down to where the punches are and see, but I'm yeah, the rectangular postage stamp punch is not retiring. So the stamp set is retiring, but the punch is not. And whoever's got mine better return it. I don't know. How did there's no way that I made these samples and didn't have the punch. I really have no clue how that happened. And I know that the double oval punch is a punch that many of you have had your eyes on for a while. It is on back order, but it is coming, and it is carrying over to the new annual catalog, which is great. So I'm super excited about that. So yay, postage stamp is carrying over, the punches, and then, you know, a few of the other punches that are not. The tag topper is not, and I'm very sad. This is also another one, the classic label punch, because this one fits this just a note and this happy birthday like perfectly. And so I'm gonna miss this one because it was kind of my, like, you know, for a tiny sentiment, it was just right. And that one makes me sad. And then of course the circle punches of varying widths, the 2-inch, the 1.5, the 1, the 1 1/4, they're all going away. And that I don't really, I guess we'll just have to die cut all of our circles. So then that brings up, you know, do you need to get a die cutting machine? You know, do you have the stamp and emboss machine, or maybe the mini emboss machine? Jill, you don't have it? Okay. You knew I was going to text you next, right? I'd be like, who's got my punch? I really don't know what happened to it. It's possible I lost it. I don't know. I haven't gone anywhere in a year, y'all. Like, I don't know where it would have gone. Anyway. Okay. So, in terms of Hostess Code, so this is the current Hostess Code for this coming month. And this month I wanted to kind of orient you guys and tell you what I've got going on. If you're not on my newsletter list, let me know. So if you place an order with the Hostess Code, I would love to have you join us for a class. So if it's $35 or more, then you can join me for my monthly card class. Monthly card class this month is going to feature the Wrapped Bouquet set. We'll make a Mother's Day card, but we'll also make a thank you card. And it has this really cool die that makes the paper that wraps the flowers, and I really love it. So, sorry, Mom, you know, you've seen your Mother's Day card, or at least where it's going. So, and then, so that's my card class. That's the 4th Sunday of the month. And then the second third Friday. I don't know, April 16th, so I guess that's the third Friday. We're going to be doing a pet sampler. So I'm doing a fourth a pack of the Playful Pet DSP. So I've been playing with mine, but I'm so excited about the sampler. And so I'll show you guys a few of the pieces. These are just the paper. So let me pull that out. You'll get a fourth a pack of the DSP. You'll get a full pack of the ribbon, which is carrying over, so that's exciting. And you'll get some of the little Playful Pet trinkets. So let's see, let me pick a few that I'm particularly pleased with. So this is the Grumpy Cat. So basically you're going to get the ingredients to make the cat or the dog. And I've got a whole sampler for the cat, 9 pieces, and then I've got a whole sampler for the dog. And of course, you know, a picture, there has to be a slot for a picture. So our dog Boo made the cut. But I've got some pieces that say love or purr. This is one of the little dog pieces that says woof, wag, love. So in order to make the sampler, you do not need the stamp set. Everything you need to make the sampler will be included. You just tell me I want to make it for a dog or I want to make it for a cat. And if you're extra sweet and you need some extra, if you need both a dog and a cat, you know, I'm sure I could make it happen. The class will be $20 for porch pickup, but it's because you're getting a lot of product, including these beautiful 2 full rolls of this beautiful ribbon and a quarter pack of the paper. So I've included all that in the price. And then if you need it shipped, I'll have you pay for shipping. And yeah, they're really cute. So you'll have 9 of these squares. These obviously don't go together because Grumpy Kitty doesn't go with my very cute dog. But I'm really excited and I've got them all designed and everything. And so it's going to make a really fun home decor piece if you want to have a little homage to your pet. Maybe you know someone who lost their pet. I'm sure they would love it as well. And so it's a really sweet gift. My mom just had to put her dog down like last month, and so I'm thinking I'm gonna make her an extra one. And we used to have a schnauzer, and there's a schnauzer in this paper that is like so adorable. Let me see if I can find him. No, not you. Oh yeah, here's the schnauzer. She's gonna think this is just the bomb diggity. This little schnauzer is so cute. So but yeah, someone said it reminded them of 101 Dalmatians. I was like, yeah, I would agree. It has a very black and white feel. So those are the 2 classes coming up. If you use this Hostess code, it's above $35. You'll get my monthly card class for free. If it's under $35, then I'm going to send you 5 cards from my card stash. I have quite the stash right now, and definitely would, you know, I swap with lots of leaders and stuff, so I'm happy to give you some cards. Oh, that would be a lovely gift for the vet's office. That's a nice idea, Patsy. Or the groomer. The groomer would really like it too. And then the other thing I have to give away is I still have 1 more of these Punch Party stamp sets. This was the Hostess set during celebration. So everybody who places an order this month on the Hostess code, no matter what size their order, will get 5 cards from me, and then they'll be entered to win this, and I'll draw a winner. I gave away one last month to Pat Mora, one of my sweet customers here, and so I like this set a lot because it covers all your bases. Feel better, babies, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day, like wedding, happy, sorry, thank you, bravo, birthday, you're done. Like every sentiment you could ever need is all here. And it coordinates with the postage punch, the ovals, which are sticking around, and the hearts, which are sticking around as well. So this was called Punch Party because it coordinates with 3 of our punches, which is really nice. So hey Terry, I'm glad you came. So you'll have to go back and watch the replay because I'm done. But thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed our simple stamping card. We kept it simple. We tried to keep it simple today, but I'm trying to show you how to use paper, stamps, ink, right? Stamps, ink, and paper. That's what we're all about, and that's what we want you doing. So please let me know if you've got any questions or you're curious about anything. And